Welcome, everyone, to season number 5 of Patiently Waiting for Nothing. We are excited today to have our special guest to get us ready for the holiday season. And I just want you to know, if you have been following us for the past 3 years, maybe 4 years, it is wonderful that each season we get to share with you new people that we think you should know. So, Patiently Waiting for Nothing is one of my works that I did, I think in 2022. No, in 2002 is when it was first published. And now we are sharing a podcast so that you can get even deeper inside of what it means to patiently wait for nothing. My name is Shemsu-t, and I'm your host today. So, you may think I don't celebrate holidays. Well, I call them the holy days. And so I'd like to actually rename and redo everything to suit my spiritual well being. And when I meet amazing people, I'd like to have them come into my world and expand it and share with me the things that they do. So today we're going to meet my new friend, Justine. How are you, Justine?
I'm doing great, Moot. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for agreeing to participate in this conversation today. I am
Oh,
excited
thank
for
you for
people.
having me.
Oh, yes, I'm excited for people to get to know you because you are doing amazing things in your world and you are an artist. So, why
Yes,
don't
I
you
am.
go ahead and tell people about yourself so they can get to know you a little bit?
Oh, yes. So, hi, my name is Justine DePalma. I'm the founder of Gathered Earth Creative. I have been an artist since I was little. I grew up just constantly wanting to explore the world around me. I was raised by a single mom in the Northeast in New York, in Brooklyn, New York. And I used to spend a lot of my time visiting museums, exploring the outdoors. Because I was raised by a single mom, I was sort of her helper. So I was home a lot and I had to cook and clean and take care of things. And so, sometimes I would feel really frustrated by that. And so I would create my own world. I would draw pictures of the outdoors. I would go to walks on museums and sketch, and I would do all these things to try to bring peace and the outdoors into my life. And so I also believe in manifestation. So a lot of what I did was trying to manifest a new life, which I did for myself. I ended up having about 15 to 20 years of work working for museums in New York, working for educational institutions, not for profits, and for the food industry. So all things that I love. And now I'm so excited to have the opportunity to share those things in my art with the world.
Oh my goodness, that is wonderful. It's wonderful that you have this passion for art, but you've also been able to bring it into your lifestyle. That is just
Yes.
amazing. So, how do you keep this passion alive? Because if you're working as well as creating art, what is that like?
And I keep my passion alive by having a constant sense of curiosity. I am very curious about the world around me. I love to go on road trips. I love meeting new people. I love being part of a community that's putting good things into the world. So I do a lot of volunteer work. I've also believe in manifestation. So I like to, surround myself with people who are positive, that are trying to bring good things into the world. And I spend a lot of my time, kind of listening. So some of my artwork that I'm selling right now, they all have stories behind them. They're usually inspired by an amazing person who has overcome something, or by something beautiful in the world, or something that I've experienced. And I like to take that sense of feeling or that sense of experience and bring it to my audience.
That is wonderful. So when you're talking about road trips and outdoors and nature, does that actually equate into some of the products that you produce as well?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I did this series of mermaids, and they were inspired. Two of the pieces, there's about eight of them, but two of the pieces were inspired by, one was inspired by a person and one was inspired by an event. The first one is Manifesting Voice. It's a mermaid singing. And
Mhm.
she was manifested by a woman named Caroline Hester, who was struggling with breast cancer for over 8 years. She was my best friend's mom. And I kind of, watched her struggle through her challenge of trying to beat breast cancer. And this woman, no matter what was going on in her life, she would tell us all, you have to live life to the fullest every single day. Use your voice to bring a gift into the world. And, she went through a couple of months of experimental treatment that did not go as well as she had planned. And she was really struggling physically.
Mhm.
And she had a couple of good days. And on those good days, what did she do? This woman went in front of a room full of people at a winery and sang her heart out, knowing that she didn't have much longer to live. She did not go up there bringing her problems. She went up there and she gave the gift of her voice to that room, and the whole room lit up. And I'll never forget it. It was a moment I'll never forget. And she was an amazing woman. She did lose her battle this year, but her voice lives on. I gave the painting of the manifesting voice to her when she was in hospice. She kept it hanging on her wall for inspiration. And she used to tell me all the time, Justine, you have a gift. You have to give it to the world. And so that's what I'm trying to do.
Oh,
And so, she now the painting lives with her daughter above her fireplace. So, I love the idea of everything still continuing to give life.
yeah, and we'll share that with people later because I also have a piece of that. So this is just wonderful. So now tell me, you have a family. You have a
Yes.
family. Okay, so does your art ever actually become part of the family life? Is it something that everybody participates in, or do they just let you go in a room and create for yourself?
I love having my youngest son, who's 15, tells all of his friends that his mom is an artist. And if you come to our house, you will see my art everywhere. It is
Oh,
all over the house. It's on the walls. It's on a shower curtain. It's on my wine glasses. Like, I am a big believer in creating a welcoming home. And that's a big part of what I do. I really love to style homes and organize them. I love to include my art in a lot of that organizational space, because I do believe in bringing peace into your house. Your house is your sanctuary. And
okay.
so if you can create that peace within, it manifests into the rest of your life.
Yes, that's wonderful. And I love that your son likes to brag about you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's so
Like,
sweet.
yes, yes, that's very inspiring to him and you too, right? So
Mhm.
now, so now we're going to just switch gears just a little bit because your art is one thing, but we met on a different measure because your life changed and
Oh,
now
yes.
you had to do something else. So let's talk about your startup and how that came about.
Yes. So, as I mentioned earlier, I had manifested this great life, right? I kind of was raised with humble beginnings, worked my fingers to the bone, and found myself in this like great career where I was a creative director for all these different companies. And I was at a place where I loved my team. I loved the work I was doing. And, I planned on retiring there. I was 10 minutes away from home. I was making amazing money. Everything seemed great on paper. And then I walked into work one day and my boss basically said to me, I am so sorry. You're so wonderful, but they're downsizing and we're going to have to let you go. And I was so devastated. I have two boys that are adopted with special needs. They have medical issues that, my health insurance was covering.
Yes.
And I was completely horrified. I thought my life was just, I didn't have an answer at all. Um, but as life sometimes surprises you, I happened to have a trip planned that weekend right before I got left laid off to visit my sister in Omaha, Nebraska. Our mother had passed away this year. We both realized that it had been years since we'd seen each other, and we vowed to change that. So here I go. I get laid off. I'm on the plane crying my eyes out,
Oh,
wondering what I'm going to do with my life. And so I went to go visit her, and we get off at the airport, and the airport is, I come from the Northeast in New Jersey, so when you go to the airport there, it's chaos and crazy, and police are beeping at you. And I got there, and it was just so calm and relaxing, and
yes.
got into the car and she gave me a hug, and and then I told her what happened, and she was like, just sit back and enjoy the quiet life. It's your answer will come to you. And so I spent the next couple of days just exploring Omaha with her, and we went to dog parks and restaurants, and we went to farmers markets and events, and I just found myself sort of feeling this stress unravel. And I thought, and just being close to my sister again. We hadn't spent time together in like over 15 years. And I thought, maybe this was a sign. Maybe I wasn't meant to stay where I am. Maybe I need a new life. Maybe I need to think about doing something different.
Wow.
And so
Yes.
those answers started to unravel themselves. And I went back home, called my husband. I was like, what do you think? Maybe we should do this.
Oh my
It seems like,
goodness.
yeah. And he was like, I'll follow you anywhere. So he's a
Ah,
wonderful man.
oh, that's so
We packed up our stuff.
romantic. I'll follow you anywhere.
He's
Oh,
wonderful. He's wonderful. We literally, within the next 2 weeks, because school, it was in August, and school was starting in a few weeks for my son. So I literally, within 2 weeks, went from being in this home that my home that I loved and place that I lived my whole life, to packing up and driving across, midway across the country with my son and my dog by myself. My
oh.
husband stayed behind to sell the house, and we started a fresh new life. I started Gathered Earth Creative, which has three components to it. One is I do styling and organization for anyone that's living in the Omaha area. That could be anything. That could be helping you decorate your Christmas tree, to helping you move out of your apartment, to styling your bedroom, to helping you organize your closet. Like, I love making peace out of chaos. It's one of my favorite things to do, and I'm pretty good at it in life and in work. So, that's something that I provide. I also provide graphic design services. I've been doing graphic design for over 15 years. So I do presentations. I specialize in creating brand booklets and guidelines. I've done menus, logos, all kinds of presentations. So I have a lot of years of knowledge doing that. And then I also create earth-inspired products. So earth and nature are a big part of everything creative that I do. Between styling with lots of plants and beautiful nature, and also organizing things that way, and doing graphic design that looks peaceful and easy to read, to creating products that that you could use in your home and in your life to manifest a sense of calm and peace.
I love that. And I love the three components.
Mhm.
Because you're right. People really do want someone, and especially during the holiday season. And that's why we're calling this holiday home, because during the holiday season, and that beautiful Christmas tree behind you, right? People want someone. Can you please come and put this stage my home for Thanksgiving or Christmas? And here's my color scheme. And I guess I have to create a budget and all that, but that's a service that you offer. I love that.
Yes, and I love doing it. I love to bring people's visions to life.
That is wonderful. And then, so with the graphic design, that is what your work piece is, right? That's
Yes.
kind of, yes, okay.
Mhm.
And then the products. Now, the products is what I love, because that's been a point of ingenuity for you, because your
Mhm.
idea is, how can I get my art to more people?
Yes.
Right. So how did you come up with the name what is it? Gathered Earth Creatives.
Gathered Earth Creative. Yep.
Mhm.
So Gathered Earth is something that I feel like I do. Like I go for these walks, and I go on these adventures, and I go for road trips, and I sort of see what's around me, and then I try to bring whatever that is into your home. So whether it's manifesting something positive, or bringing in greenery, or bringing in a sense of adventure. Like, I like to bring all of that into your home, to provide that sense of peace.
Wonderful. I'm going to share your website with the audience
Mhm.
just so they could see. This is it, Gathered Earth Creative. I'm just going to read what you have here. At Gathered Earth Creative, my purpose is to create tranquil and inspired products, design and spaces where creativity flourishes. I am dedicated to offering a range of services and products that draw inspiration from the natural world, fostering a sense of calm and harmony in your product or home. Join me in exploring my website to discover the infinite ways in which you can embrace the beauty and serenity of the earth through my creative offerings. And then I love these pictures that you have going through here. This gallery is really inspiring, really. So thank you.
Thank you.
I love this. So now what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about your products. And before we do that, tell us, you mentioned before about your mermaid theme, right? But I want to talk now more about what we do as we prepare for the holiday. So let's
Mhm.
talk about your holiday items. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me bring them up. Can you see? Yeah, here you go. Okay. So now, can you see this, Justine?
Actually, I can't see it, but I know you're describing it, and I know it well.
Okay, so I shared my screen, so you just can't see the shared screen version.
Mhm.
So the first part that I'm looking at is actually the holiday gift bag.
Oh,
So
wonderful, the
called
peace
a
one.
holiday canvas bag, the Peace Dove. Now, what was your
Mhm.
inspiration for that?
Well, honestly, I think the world is a little scary right now. There's a lot of things going on in the world that feel very much out of our control in some ways. And so, part of my feeling of manifestation is I feel like if you try to put as much good out into the world that you can, what I'm hoping for, and I'm sure many people are hoping for, is peace. And so that's a universal sign that I think people can recognize and relate to. And so I wanted to create that bag so that when I'm using it outside, I can sort of like pass on that good vibe to the people around me, and and also find like-minded people that feel the same way.
And you know what I love? I love that peace is there because I'm like you in the conversation of manifestation, right?
Hmm.
So the more that you put something into the environment, the more that it actually becomes that, right?
Yes, that's
So
the hope, of course. Yep.
yeah, well, that actually is a it really does happen. Let's say that, right?
Hmm.
Because the
Hmm.
frequency, the vibration, the energy, the rhythm, all of that really does, so when people see peace, most of the time you say peace, right? So
Hmm.
carrying that
Yes.
back to the store. And then now let me ask you, if people were ordering the bag this week, would they be able to get it before the holiday? What's your travel time like with products?
Yes, so I use a third-party vendor, and so these are all custom printed. They're printed as needed. So that would most things do arrive within a week. I would say give 2 weeks just to be safe because I want to
Okay,
make sure that you get everything on time. But that's generally a week, but 2 weeks just to be safe for the holiday.
wonderful. Okay, let me
Mhm.
see. What's the next item? Let's see. Let's see if my row. Okay, here we have this elegant shower curtain. Now this
Mhm.
says evergreen. Okay,
Yes.
so describe this for us. What was your inspiration here?
I just love nature, and I love the idea of bringing something that could be for any holiday, any holiday around this season. And I wanted it to be like an evergreen piece that you could either keep up for the whole winter, or you could keep it, or you could put it up for the holiday. It sort of like depends on what your aesthetic is.
Mhm.
And I wanted it to be big and bold and something that really stood out. I created multiple items with this illustration. So I have the shower curtain. I have a wine glass. So if you wanted to, include a theme, I have a poster and a tea towel. So if you wanted to include that theme within your home, you can do it in several different ways.
Oh, wonderful. And I'm one of those,
Mhm.
I like to have seasonal, like if you came into my home, in August, you would see the pumpkins and you know, the orange and the candles change and all that. And then as we get
Mhm.
towards the Thanksgiving holiday and Christmas and New Year's and all of that, I'd like to put in the red colorings. But I love this green. I love this green. It really does have a nice touch to it with the cranberries. Is that cranberries or is that holly?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Okay, wonderful.
Mhm.
Okay. And let me see, let's see what the next product. Now, this next product is an ornament. It's the
Mhm.
Nurture and Release Pine Cone.
Yes, so I have this. This has a story behind it. Um, I know a lot of friends of mine are going through the stage where their children are going off to college, right? And so they have to sort of let their seedling go off into the world.
Yeah.
And so I made this illustration for a few friends of mine as you know, gifts to give to them when their children were off into the world. Because what happens with pine cones is pine cones hold on to their seeds and they protect them. And then once the seed is ready to go out into the world, and when the, you know, when the weather is the ideal situation where the seed will actually fertilize, that's when it gets released. And so that feels very like, you know, metaphoric for what happens when a parent sends their child off into the world. And so I thought that this was like a beautiful dedication to that experience.
This is wonderful. Now, is it possible that people can even write on this? Can people put a name, like if they had a permanent
If
marker?
they had a permanent marker, they
Yeah.
certainly could. Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so those would make really nice gifts, you know, to write people's names on them and
Hmm.
take it to them and give it to them. Okay. Wonderful. And then also, I love the thought of the pine cone because it makes you think of the pineal gland,
Hmm.
you know,
Yes.
and actually the, you know, because that's the biggest part of manifestation, being able to tap into your third eye. But sorry about that. That's not this conversation. So now, and then I think you mentioned this earlier. What is this? This is a holiday poster. Okay.
Yep. This is the same evergreen, but in a poster format.
Okay. And then this is just something that you can just hang up.
Hmm. You
Okay.
can hang on your wall if, like, if you're someone, you know, you mentioned that you change out your designs, you know,
Yeah.
based on the season. I'm somebody who does the same thing. So
Mm.
I take out all of my, you know, fall decorations or my summer decorations and I replace them with holiday posters. So I thought for people who like to do that, this would be the perfect solution.
Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Oh, okay. And then you have another shower. Okay. Oh, I like the mistletoe.
Yes, I love mistletoe. I love the tradition of mistletoe, you know, this idea. It's so romantic and so sweet. And it, you know, brings like that part of nature that I love, you know, that sort of greenery. It's just so beautiful and elegant.
Mhm.
And so I wanted something that, you know, really spoke to that tradition of mistletoe. I think that's such a beautiful holiday tradition where you know, if you walk under the mistletoe, you give each other a kiss. I think that's just so sweet and such a nice tradition.
I love that too, and especially on the shower curtain because you can make up all kind of
Mhm.
kissing games in the shower. But anywho, now here's one of my favorites, the holiday wine glass, and it is the mistletoe. Okay.
Yes. Yes, that's one of my favorite products. I have a set of them at home, actually. There's one right here, so you can see it does come out exactly as it's printed, and it's so elegant and beautiful, and it just makes me feel special every time I drink from it. It just
Yes.
warms my heart.
Yes, that would be nice to have a few of those around for the holiday. And
Mhm.
then you have another glass similar to, okay, so I see what you did. You have the to match the curtains. Okay, the
Mhm.
evergreen. All right. So I like that because you know how sometimes to have a different glass with different people so that they don't mix up their drinks. So that's kind of
Yes,
nice.
variety is nice.
All right. Okay. And then the hand towel. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, what would you do? This is when you're serving, right? Is that part of the
Yeah, when you're
service?
serving, you could put it in your kitchen. You could put it in like a basket, to make it look a little bit more festive. So, there's lots of different things that you can do with it.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. I can see having all of these products. Now, do you
Mhm.
have a special at all? Do you have a special going on with any of these products right now?
I do and there's plenty of products, not just holiday products, but we have plenty of products that you can use as gifts for people. So if you know somebody who loves manifesting, or if they love nature, or if they love mermaids or the outdoors, we have plenty of products and gifts that will work for everybody. And so if you use the code Earthy, EARTHY, you will get 10% off of your full purchase.
That's wonderful. And
Mhm.
I wanted to actually I'm gonna stop sharing right quick. I wanted to show that I had ordered a couple of products from you, and I actually love this. I'm just a journal person. I have
Mhm.
so many journals. And actually, when I got it, I thought, oh, I can give this as a gift, and I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I should actually order a couple of more of these because journaling is really one of my favorite things to do too. And then I also have the mermaid singing. This is just really, and then
Yes,
I
that's the
love
one
what
that we
you,
talked about Caroline earlier,
yeah,
and about using your voice to change the world. That's what Carolyn did. So that's a big
yeah,
part of. She was the big inspiration behind that. So I'm
exactly.
glad to see her voice,
And you know
continuing on.
what? You don't know this, but in Chicago, when you go to the
Hmm.
store, they charge you for bags,
Yes,
grocery
right. They
bags.
used to do that in New Jersey as well.
Yeah, so I'm like, let me get this bag so that I can
So
so
you
I
don't get charged,
so
and
I can take it to,
it's
yeah, exactly. And
and
so
it's friendly for the environment, which is
it's
also great.
friendly for the environment, and you don't have these 1,000 plastic bags flowing out of your kitchen every time you go in there, right?
Hmm.
So now tell me, how can people actually participate with you? Is there a way that they can engage with you and stay in touch with you and see some of the things that you're going to have going on as you move through your company?
Yes, yes, please. If you do go onto the website, gatheredearthcreative.com, and you sign up for emails, so you'll just scroll down to the bottom and it allows you to sign up for emails. Anytime I have new products or anytime I have specials, you'll get a notification in your inbox. I don't spam too much. You'll get them once in a blue moon. It's not something that I don't believe in spamming people, but it does let you keep in touch with what's going on in gatheredearthcreative.com, and allows you to get the full savings that is available at that time.
Yes, and I'm sitting here and I'm enamored by your courage. You,
Oh, thank you.
I mean, just think of what you have done in these last few months. You
It's been a
have,
whirlwind.
it has been, and I hope that you are present to the person that you would have to do to that the person you would have to be to actually take all of that on. I mean, that's huge. How
Thank you
what
so
is it?
much.
What is it that inspires you during this time?
Oh, I believe in gratitude. I have been super blessed. I have amazing people in my life. I have a wonderful husband. I have a fantastic group of friends and people who support me, who, have always, and I support them, vice versa. And so I feel very grateful for everything I have, even though I had to say goodbye to quite a few things that I
Yeah.
loved back home.
Mhm.
I've gained things, I've lost some things and I've gained things. And I think everything in life is about that. And as long as you can keep that perspective, there's always something else around the corner to experience. So I think that, you always have to remember that, like, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how much things feel like a struggle, there's always another door around the corner that could bring something incredible into your life, but you have to be open for it. I really believe that.
Yes, absolutely. And then I have this question because as a new business owner and a new entrepreneur, what is your biggest challenge moving from job to entrepreneur? What's that space like for you? What's the biggest challenge in that space?
Oh, I think my biggest challenge is staying focused on making sure that I am doing the thing that I want to do. I have a very like I think I told you I have a very curious spirit. So
Mhm.
I tend to like see the next shiny thing. You know, I get very excited and I'm like, oh, maybe I could do this, or maybe I could do that, or maybe I could do. So I have to really tell myself, okay, Justine, what is it that you're trying to focus on? What is it that what is your goal? What are you trying to put out in the world? What are your gifts for the world? And stay focused on those things so that I don't, um, step away from the shiny, look into the next shiny thing, that I really keep my focus on what I'm doing, because it's only me, right? I'm the one that has to keep myself motivated. And so that's what I do every single day.
So you sound like all of us, the I'm every woman. So you have a job, you have a child, you have a husband, you have a
Mhm.
business. How do you take care of yourself? How do you keep you in that conversation as a priority? Is
I
that
have a religious um, daily routine that I do every single day. And I truly believe in this. I tell every woman that I know, get up early, get up super early, take time for you. For me, it's my coffee. Don't No one speak to me, no one look at me, no one talk to me until I have my coffee. And I sit there and I meditate with my coffee, and I have a little journal and I write down what I feel grateful for. What is it that I want to accomplish for today? What are the wins that I can have for today? And I don't overwhelm myself. I used to, when I had my corporate job, that list used to be 4 or 5 pages long. And and I would make sure I checked everything off, but it really did affect my health. I do
yeah?
believe in giving yourself a couple of things, just a couple, that you need to accomplish for that day. And if you get other things done, fantastic. But that's really what you need to do, is stay focused on the most important things, and then all the other things, that you can do those too. But what are your most important things that are going to make you feel productive today? And that's what I focus on.
That is wonderful advice. And that is really, I think, the challenge for all of us is to, we
Finding the
you
time.
don't have
Yep.
to do everything in one day, and give
Hmm.
yourself some time. Absolutely. And then
Hmm.
you spoke about how great your husband is. Is he excited about you being an entrepreneur?
He's so wonderful. Like I could not do this without his support. He's just been, an advocate for me always throughout our whole marriage. And he, you know, shares all my posts, and he, looks at everything with me, like the quality control, and he gives me advice, and he's just wonderful. He's a wonderful man. I'm very lucky.
Well, that is wonderful. Thank you so much. And then
Mhm.
I am so inspired. I know that I am going to buy a couple of things to get my house ready for the house for the holiday home. But I also want to encourage everyone, please go out to the website gatheredearthcreative.com, is it? Is
Yes,
that?
it is.
Yes.
Hmm.
And join the newsletter. And I believe you're on IG as that same name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Gathered Earth. Hmm.
Gathered
On
Earth
IG.
on IG. And let's just really support Justine in her new life. Oh my goodness. This is just, I already see the book
You never
or the
know. That might
movie.
that might be in the making.
The book or the movie, whichever one you want to look at. Absolutely. So, what would be your final words that you would like to share with our listening audience this session?
Oh, I just want to thank you so much, and thank the audience so much for listening.
Mhm.
I'm so excited to be doing this. Like I said, it's all about giving back to the community and to my customer. And so, if there's anything I can do to help you organize your life, create that project that you wanted to do, or do something beautiful in your home, please reach out to me. You can always get in touch with me on contacts through my website page, and you can reach out to me directly. I'm always available, and I look forward to speaking with you.
Wonderful. And thank you. Thank you for listening to Patiently Waiting for Next Nothing. In our next podcast, we will be looking at the new items for optimal health. We're going to talk about the EES system, the system of frequency that you can use to heal, nurture, and even change your DNA structure. So be sure to join us next time on Patiently Waiting for Nothing. This is Shemsu-t. Go make it happen. Peace.